Tucker then responded by claiming that I do not love America. That is a direct quote. That I do not love America because I was spending too much time covering the October 7th attacks, and then proceeded in January to then say that I wanted his children to die in a foreign war. Okay, so those are a different...
That's a rhetorical
No, it is
point.
not. I'm sorry, it's not. An attack on motivation is a very different thing from an attack on an idea.
His point was that you were sounding like a neocon, and he's upset with anybody who wants us to get too involved in Israel's conflict because he feels it endangers American children.
Okay, the idea that, number one, the idea that I want the United States to be directly involved in Israel's conflict is not true.
No, I know that, Ben.
I've been urging Israel to get off of American aid for literally as long as I have been active in politics.
But I'm making clear what his point was.
But my point is that that's not his point. And again, none of this.
So we disagree.
We disagree on the interpretation of what Tucker has been doing for the past 2 years, and it's very difficult for me to believe that Tucker is merely anti-Israel when, for example, today in his newsletter, I mean, I can directly quote it if you'd like. In his newsletter today, he claimed that Zoran Mamdani is not anti-Semitic. This was his newsletter today, this morning. I mean, I'm happy to read the text. It's a little extraordinary because, again, it is kind of shocking stuff. So here's what Tucker Carlson wrote in his newsletter today, or what his newsletter says under his name. He said, "Is the incoming mayor a fan of Israel? Does he want America to fight its wars? Not particularly. But a Jew hater? That's a different conversation. We've never seen anything to suggest he falls into that ugly camp. If we're talking about fighting the left, defending Zoran Mamdani, who literally said that he has no opinion whether Hamas should disarm, who posed alongside the 1993 World Trade Center unindicted co-conspirator, who would not disown globalize the Intifada, who suggested that whenever there is a New York Police Department boot on somebody's neck, it's an IDF lacing the strings, to suggest that that's not anti-Semitic in any way? No way.
Okay, but listen.
Or I'm
going to give you a defense of Tucker here, and I don't need to defend Tucker because I'm not Tucker.
Tucker can perfectly well defend himself.
I think in general, because I know him and I listen to him and I understand generally where he's coming from. He would say his problems are with Israel, and he would say that shot that Mamdani laid against the IDF is a shot against the IDF. And Israel and how he thinks they're pro-war, not against Jews.
Okay.
And I think
all I can say is when Tucker Carlson finds himself in complete alignment with Zoran Mamdani, it is very difficult for me to believe that he does not agree with Zoran Mamdani.
I think Tucker is in a place right now of the same place that Charlie was getting to toward the end of his life, the same place that some people had tried to drive me, which is you're under withering, nonstop accusations of being something you know you're not. But from some people who you love and who you've been protecting, at least in my case and Charlie's case, for 2 years, who you've been completely defensive of. And Charlie and I both felt, and because we talked about this on my show, like, what's happening here? Why are they dropping charges of anti-Semitism against us when we love Jews and we're both open Semites? We're Zionists.
He's got my vote, by God.
Michael said he was born a poor black child.
I was waiting for him, and listen, I'll tell you, fellas, smoking blunts was a daily routine since 13. Chubby fella on the scene.
He is such an unbelievable lizard person. Right? Like when you watch him, you can almost see the ridges under his skin kind of moving.
Yes.
And you're waiting for him to unzip and just a dinosaur pops out. I was actually
How about the working class lie? It's such a lie.
It's unbelievable.
He said, he goes, well, my pops went out to get milk, he didn't come back, and finally my dad's came around. His dad was the financial advisor to the billionaire Getty family, and he was a judge. He was a judge. That was his other job. My dad worked 2 jobs. Yeah, you were a financial advisor and a judge.
He was featured in a magazine spread as a teenager with the caption, "Children of the Rich." I was like, Wonder Bread and mac and cheese.
I'm going to go a little bit off the board in terms of 2028 picks for the Dems. I think everybody is underestimating AOC.
Yeah, me too.
I do.
Totally
Who? Underestimating?
AOC.
Really?
Yes.
Well, that's scary.
Because if I look at the order of the Democratic primaries, it goes Iowa, super progressive, New Hampshire, super progressive, and you get to South Carolina, and that was sort of the firewall for quote-unquote normie Dems last time, right? Because Bernie won both the first 2 states, and then the entire Democratic Party decided to deprive him of the nomination by all getting together in James Clyburn saying it's got to be the dead guy, and so they all mobilized behind Biden. I think that it's harder to do that with AOC because what she represents is Bernie but ethnically diverse, and that is not a horrifying pitch inside the Democratic primary electorate actually.
And hot. She's cute. You know?
Get it.
She
Still,
is.
come on,
She's-
Drew.
I'm sorry.
Stop
she
it.
She is.
Just stop it,
Abuelita.
Drew.
She's
Drew,
she's-
no.
Yes.
No,
she-
Drew,
yes,
no.
she is.
Stop.
She's no Sydney Sweeney, and I think we can all agree.
Hello, I'm making this video as an apology video for Megyn Kelly regarding my comments. I'm deeply ashamed, regretful of the comments I made. I realize that these comments do not represent my values or the work I am trying to carry here. I only hope that she can find it in her heart to forgive me. Thank you for your attention.